Good day, everyone. My name is Jefferson G. Puntawe. So today, I'm going to discuss about what is cell and what are the parts and the functions of the cell. So let's start. Last time, I've already discussed what is the concept of the cell theory. We've learned that our body is composed of a building block, and the building block what I'm talking about is the cell. You're right. So cell, it is a structural, functional, and biological unit of all living organisms. Some typical cells are animal cells, plant cells, and bacteria cells. All cells contain specialized subcellular structure that are adapted to keep the cells alive. Some of these structures release energy, while others produce proteins, transport substances, and control cellular activities. Collectively, these structures are called organelles. Living cells are divided into two types: the eukaryotic cells, which we have the plant cells and animal cells, and also the prokaryotic cells, which we have the bacteria cells. Plants and animal cells both contain organelles, many of which are found in both types of cells. However, there are some organelles such as chloroplast and the cell wall and the large vacuoles that are only found in cells. The parts of the cell. Eukaryotic cells. These cells tend to be larger than the cells of the bacteria, have defined nucleus, and found in organisms made out of cells. So we have plants and animal cells. The nucleus. The nucleus is the control center of all cells and house of all cells' genetic informations. Usually, a cell has a single nucleus that contains all of its DNA molecules, but some, such as skeletals, muscle cells, have more than one nucleus. The ribosomes. The DNA molecules housed in nucleus also contain blueprint of all the proteins produced by a cells. These blueprints are represented and by the ribosomes. Ribosomes produce proteins by assembling amino acids sequence according to the structure contained in the genetic code. Mitochondria. Cells need energy to power the biochemical reactions, and the most that needed energy is released by mitochondria. So mitochondria, also known as the powerhouse of the cell, because it's pumping out energy which is stored in the ATP. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of many cells inside of a cells, and its main functions are to process and transport new materials. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. We have this smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Golgi apparatus. Once newly synthesized substances have left the ER, they are sent to the Golgi apparatus. This is a series of flattened membrane-bound sacs or packets distribute substance to the cell membrane, where they become the parts of the liquid layer leave the cell. Lysosomes. Lysosomes are small spherical organelles that are packed fully of digestive enzymes. Their key function is to break down the recycled unwanted materials for the cell, such as old cells, part and invading bacteria and the viruses. The cell wall. Plant cells is surrounded by a tough structure called the cell wall, which is found outside of the cell membrane, and it's mainly made of cellulose. The cell wall supports and protects the cells, giving them the characteristics rectangular, a box-like shape. So, plant cells, unique parts of the cell. Cell wall is a feature of the plant cells that functions like stiff lattices like walls, which help the plant cells maintain their structure like a shape. And the chloroplast is a feature of the plant cells that allows plants to do photosynthesis and make their own glucose from sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Now, we are looking at the actual picture of the plant cells. So when you observe the shape of the plant cells, it's look like a building block. Unique part of the animal cells. Central, a feature of animal cells important for coordinating cells divisions. So we are looking at the actual picture of the animal cells. So when you observe the shape of the cell, it looks like a semicircle shape. Prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells, these cells are simple structure. No structural nucleus exists as single-cell organisms. Bacteria is both helpful and harmful to us and environmentals. For example, is the bacteria cells. Capsule. Capsule. Some species of bacteria have a third protected covering. A capsule is made up of polysaccharide. Capsules play a number of roles, but most important are to keep bacterium from drying out to protect from phagocytosis. Bacteria or the bacteria flagellum. Flagella are hair-like structure that provides a mean of locomotions for those bacteria have them. They can be found in either both ends of the bacterium and all over the surface.